Ghana's economy over the years has been dependent on few traditional exports such as cocoa, gold and timber. The small businesses that would help to diversify Ghana's export base from the traditional export products lack the financial base to support or sustain their export activities. To address this unfortunate situation, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, by an Act of Parliament, established the Export Development and Investment Fund.
The Export Development and Investment Fund was set up in the year 2000 to provide financing to support export trade in general, and in particular to support the capacities of indigenous Ghanaian businesses that were in the export industry.
In July 2001, the fund went into operation, and in 2011, the Act was amended to extend EDAIF's mandate to include the provision of financial resources for the development and promotion of agriculture relating to agro-processing and agro-processing industry.
There has been this issue of post-harvest losses, and so this will help because this agri facilities targeted at agro-processing, and so that is a good area that we think that will be able to help mop up excess produce in the bumper season.
In view of the amendments, the fund is now known as the Export Development and Agricultural Investment Fund.
At EDAIF, we have three main facilities that prospective applicants can access. These are the Credit and Projects Facility, which is mainly loan facility. And then we have the Export Development and Promotion Facility, which is a grant facility. And then we have the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Development and Credit Facility.
The Credit and Project Facility is a concessionary loan that can be accessed by individuals or corporate exporters, producers of export goods and investors undertaking infrastructural projects to provide services to exporters. NMH Limited and latest form have benefited from this facility.
At a point, we had some challenges, especially in 2007, where we had to experience fire gutting our main factory. With EDAIF's help, we were able to get back on our feet. Our export operations have improved quite well. Already we're exporting into Niger, Burkina Faso. We should also zoom into the Nigerian market sooner or later, and all of these are happening because of the association that we have with EDAIF.
We started about 7 years ago with our first facility, and with that we were able to build a cold storage. We did get a second one, I think 2 years later, which helped us purchase bigger trucks, which we needed urgently. Our working capital was quite inadequate, but with the working capital we've been able to purchase a lot of raw materials, and we've also been able to purchase very good packaging materials. Due to the facility that we got recently, we are hoping to increase our sales and ship about 8 containers a month instead of the 5 that we are doing currently.
In respect of the Export Development and Promotion Facility, which is mainly a grant facility, we use it to support mainly government agencies for development and promotion purposes. For example, NBSSI, we give them funding to enable them provide training to SMEs that are into export and agro-processing. The Ghana Export Promotion Authority is mainly responsible for promoting Ghana's export, and so their activities every year provide some budgetary support for them to fund. And then from time to time, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and every ministry that is undertaking any activity that has a relation to our mandate.
Through the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, EDAIF supports members of the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, to the world's biggest fruit fair, Fruit Logistica.
EDAIF supports Ghana to participate in that fair. It's like you are a football nation and you don't participate in the World Cup. Nobody recognizes you. But if you're able to go to Fruit Logistica and exhibit at the fair, the whole world knows that you have products that are of export quality, and so people come and demand it.
Also, sometimes associations can access this grant facility for training or for capacity building purposes.
This workshop is to bring new knowledge in mango production from India to mango producers in Ghana. EDAIF supports us to deliver results. EDAIF on its own cannot go and produce anything. We have to go and produce export items for export. But when we do find a product, EDAIF supports us to either develop it, also develop the market, and package it well to suit the external market.
Artifacts, sculptures, and such non-traditional decorative items are some of the products making great inroads in the export markets. It is in recognition of this that EDAIF has decided to support the Handicraft Association at Atwima-Fuase, a renowned wood carving center in Ghana, with a wood carvers village.
I just said the form why you propose a coy. Wood village.
The wood carvers village, which is complete and awaiting machinery for the machine shop, will soon be occupied by the craftsmen. The third facility of the EDAIF Fund is the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Development and Credit Facility.
With respect to the credits and projects, it must be export-oriented activity. If you don't have export content, you don't qualify. But the agric and agro-processing, all you need to demonstrate is that you are producing to feed an agro-processor or you are an agro-processor.
We decided in 2009 to enhance the value chain for share by introducing a share fractionation plant. With the very good patient capital from EDAIF, Ghana North was able to invest into the first ever share fractionation plant in Africa and then the sixth in the world. I must say the support from EDAIF has been one of the major drivers for the growth that we see today in Ghana North.
The Methodist University's Faculty of Agriculture at Wenchi is also a beneficiary of EDAIF's fund.
As a Faculty of Agriculture, we were concerned about post-harvest losses and then the yield from farmers' fields. So when we sent our proposal to EDAIF, a grant was given to us to enable us to carry technology to the farmers in the immediate catchment area of the Faculty of Agriculture.
The faculty has also benefited from EDAIF, a tractor, a double cabin pickup vehicle, equipment, and logistics for each processing unit. At Nsawam, the Insect Golden Papaya Growers Association has benefited immensely from the fund.
Almost my tractor, plow, harrow, and trailer. Almost my sikaka cry and fan top. Nura yedi baye phone. A bit to say, Nura yedi kumura. A bit I did spray. And a fertilizer I did be good near Manasi. I've some my Sikebi I did to create.
Also, EDAIF released about $6.6 million to the Pong West Bank irrigation project.
We got to a situation where the compact was ending and funds were running out, and that was where EDAIF came in. And it came in very timely because without the EDAIF funding, we could not have completed the program on time.
The project, covering about 2,000 hectares of land, is expected to directly benefit VegPro Ghana Limited, as well as 17 farmer-based organizations made up of about 800 smallholder farmers.
With this initial funding, it's going to open up the area. As I speak to you now, VegPro, who are the anchor farmers in that area, have started exporting baby corn to the European market. And we believe that this is going to define the path for the small-scale farmers there, for them to be able to export to the European market.
In order to access an EDAIF facility, applicants must fulfill certain requirements. With credit facilities, applicants must apply through selected banks referred to as designated financial institutions or DFIs.
For you to qualify to access the Export Development Agricultural Investment Fund credit, first the company has to have majority Ghanaian shareholding. What you are undertaking must be in export or must be export oriented. You must be able to demonstrate or prove availability of market, or if you're already in the business, some sales you have made. And then also, of course, the project has to be viable. The fact that you are in export doesn't mean you should be supported. And of course, you would have to provide some form of collateral.
The maximum amount of facility accessible to beneficiaries is the cedi equivalent of $3 million for a credit facility and the cedi equivalent of $100,000 for a development grant.
The guidelines say that these are the limits. However, if for any good reason we have a viable project but it goes beyond this limit, you can submit it, the board will look at it.
Currently, credit facilities attract an interest of 12.5%. With grant facilities, applicants apply directly to EDAIF. It must be noted that beneficiaries are not expected to pay back grant facilities.
We have supported a number of projects in the country. We've also supported over 500 associations around the country to improve their productive capacity in the area of chili pepper production, oil palm, cashew, mango, butternut squash, and a number of them.
In 2009, the EDAIF Fund decided to provide fundings for the establishment of mango plantations in the savannah regions of Ghana, made up of the three northern regions, northern sector of Brong Ahafo and northern Volta. The EDAIF Mango Project aims to fund the cultivation of 20,000 acres by the end of 2013. After some initial setbacks, the Adventist Relief Agency, ADRA, was brought on board to offer technical support to the project.
We undertook a needs assessment survey where we sampled a number of the farmers, interviewed them, and found out the technical gaps that they lacked. And so based on these field findings, we developed a training program. It's what we call the basic mango agronomy training. We also assessed their irrigation needs, and EDAIF has also responded and supported farmers.
ADRA also has field officers in all regions who offer on-hand extension services to the farmers.
Their responsibility is to be in touch with the farmers by a mobile phone, by farm visits, and give them on-farm advice as to what to do to solve a particular problem.
The Wild West Cooperative Mango Farmers Association has benefited from the EDAIF Mango project.
EDAIF, they did the clearing of the land for us. They gave us a tractor and its accessories. They gave us a lot of input, talk of chemicals, fertilizer. Then the seedlings were all given to us by EDAIF. And let me also add, EDAIF's support has enabled our association and farmers to use one stone to kill two birds. As you can see, we are in a mango plantation, but we have also used that opportunity to do groundnut farming in large scale.
Temako Farms is a major supplier of seedlings for the EDAIF Mango project, and to Hajia Dr. Temako, her association with EDAIF has been a life-changing experience.
We grow the trees more than 3 years, nobody is buying. EDAIF went to the field and saw these plants and talked to me that they like the plants. They will buy them. So they would like me to continue every year. So I feel happy. I think it recharged my life.
About 3 years back, we supplied EDAIF with about 340,000 mango seedlings. This year, we are also selling to beneficiaries from EDAIF.
Instead of just raising seedlings, we feel that, well, we should also go into mango plantation. And EDAIF was ready to support. So we came in, and here you have about 200 plus acres that has over 20,000 mango seedlings.
From seedlings to plantation, Temako Farms have really embraced the EDAIF Mango project. And together with about 320 other beneficiary farmers, the EDAIF Mango project looks good for the future.
Currently, if you look at any of the crops, mango returns the highest profit. And that should give us that confidence to invest more in the mango industry. So I believe we are on the right track.
Hopefully within the next few years, we should be exporting substantial amount of mangoes from especially the northern sector of the country.
EDAIF has intensified efforts to make the fund more accessible to many more prospective beneficiaries by opening its first office outside of Accra in Tamale to take care of the Brong Ahafo, Northern, Upper West and Upper East regions.
Over the few months that we've been here, we've been working hard to ensure that the mango project succeeds. We've been working hard to ensure that we bring on board other projects. For instance, myself and my team, we are working on beekeeping projects. There are other potential projects that if we work together with the people, we can promote. And so there was a need for this office to be opened so that we get closer to the people, interact with them, and together we come up with some of these projects.
So, after over a decade and a quarter, one can confidently say that EDAIF has arrived, but there is more room for improvement.
We currently are engaged in stakeholder consultation to expand the mandate and scope of EDAIF to make it Export Plus, so that EDAIF should be able to support industrial and entrepreneurial activities in addition to financing and supporting export trade and agriculture and agri-related businesses. Another important consideration for the review of the EDAIF Act is to be able to provide for equity so that when Ghanaian companies are in distress, EDAIF can intervene to support and save such distressed companies. That EDAIF remains the most reliable source of finance for the private sector in general, and we are situating it to be responsive